time for a rant. It's time for a rant about dating. All right. I don't even know if this is going to be a rant or PSA, but the intended audience is going to be men who are dating. Or maybe you're thinking about getting out there dating, or maybe you're fresh in a relationship and everything is still new. This is for you. And the reason why I wanted to come on here and give this or make this video is because I had three interactions. I had one telephone call, one Marco Polo, and then one text message exchange with 3 different friends in 3 different states. So we have California, Georgia, and Tennessee. And the topic of each conversation was the dumb things that men are doing with text messages that turn them off. And then, of course, I had to share my own story with a guy that I encountered. And all he's been doing is just texting. And I'm just like, these fools don't get it. So the intended audience for this video is going to be men, but ladies, I know you can relate. So you guys go on and tune in and then, you know, let your brother, cousin, or whoever know about this. And many of you know that for, I don't know what, the last 8, almost 10 years or so, I've been moonlighting as a dating blogger. Don't even go and try to look for it because it's not under my name. But saying all of that, you know that dating and relationships is a topic that's always been near and dear to my heart. I mean, hell, even with my last relationship, I was still like, okay, let me give these tips to baby right here. So saying all of that to say, what I'm going to do is give the men like 4 tips. There are like 4 things that you are doing when you're texting women, not girls, because most girls don't like excessive texting in the first place, but 4 things that you're doing with those text messages that are turning us the hell off, like all the way off, like drying us up like some baking soda and just flour. Just, we absolutely hate it, but you may not know it. So number 1, here's what you're doing wrong. You're texting too damn much. Texting too much. At some point in time, if you're trying to get to know a young lady, a woman, you have to pick up the phone and call her. Everyone is busy. We have kids, we work, we have social lives, we're out with our friends. Okay, cool. Set a phone appointment. You know, make sure you're not playing phone tag. But what we don't want to do is to get a text message over and over and over again. And it's normally like the same old stuff. Good morning, beautiful. How are you? You're doing great. How was your day? Have a good day. And then it just kind of goes on. And we're like, when the hell are you going to pick up the phone and like get to know me? I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your passion. I want to hear your inflection. I want to hear if you're rude or if you're polite when you're ordering the food in the drive-thru. Like there's certain things that we want to hear. So that's number 1. You're texting too much. Pick up the phone, make a phone call. We want to get to know you. We want to hear your voice. It would be nice to have a conversation with a man. So that's number 1. Just, ugh. The number 2 way that you're turning most, if not all women off is send me a pic. I don't know what it is about that particular text message that it's just like, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. It is so, it's tacky and at times it can be cheesy because, you know, I got this a lot when I was dating online. You know, you exchange numbers with a guy. Hey, send me a pic from my contact. No. Why would I want to send you a photo of me yet? You can screenshot and add it in your phone. And I want to make sure I meet you. I want to make sure we're cool. I want to make sure we can get past the first meetup before we start exchanging any kind of photos. And that's just like weird. And what that tells me is that you have so many women in your phone. You need the photos to be able to differentiate the two. And guess what? I'm not trying to deal with you if you just have like a busy palette of women like that anyway. And I'm sure a lot of other women can relate. It's just a turnoff. And then you have the brothers who get like really risque and they're like, send me a sexy pic. No, I'm not sending you any TNA. There's plenty of that on Instagram or on Pornhub. It's Pornhub. It's not coming from me. Sorry, boo. So yeah, sorry. So that's number 2, asking for a pic. Why? No. Ugh. Number 3 is you're texting stories. Like you don't know when to stop texting. And it's kind of related to number 1, but it kind of isn't, because number 1 could be like the boring same old text. Like every morning at 7:30, I would get a text from this one dude. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, how's it going? Cool. How are you? Oh, not too much. Just getting up, getting ready to go to work. Oh, okay, cool. And that same conversation went on for like 2 weeks until finally I was like, dude, do you talk? Like, can we pick up the phone and have a conversation? Oh, yeah, you know, I'm busy. And So going back to number 3 is you don't know when to stop texting. And then you want to start those kinds of conversations that should be had by telephone. Like, oh, what do you do for a living? Do you like your job? No, Negro, we're not about to sit up here and engage in a full-blown conversation via text message. Like, that's something we can chat on the phone, or better yet, let's meet up over a drink or something and just have a face-to-face interaction. Like, I don't know where in the process of courting or dating that men believe that texting was the way to get to know someone, because it isn't. And most of y'all, I mean, hell, when you look at these messages, a lot of you shouldn't even be texting anyway, which brings me to point number 4. Let's talk about the types of text messages that you're sending, okay? Because I think the main ones who text excessively, it's a turnoff anyway for most of us, but the ones who text excessively are the ones who can't spell for jack. Like, you know, sometimes I'm looking like, wait a minute, you had to force that word in there because every phone has spell check. But if you spelled, I don't want to take you for granted, Granite, like you actually, okay, that's, okay, all right. Yeah, so the grammar, and then, I know it's a really big turnoff for most women is the lingo, like the hood lingo. What's good, love? Now, to the ear, that sounds okay, right? What's good, love? All right, that's cool. But if you're spelling wuts, W-A-T-S, and you're spelling good, G-U-D, and love is L-U-V, and then you have like 50 million emojis after that, we're kind of looking at your text like, what? Who are you texting? Are you 5? Are you a little kid? Like, just, oh, God. Is this resonating with anyone, ladies? Can I get an amen? Like, is it just me? Actually, I know it isn't me. I know it isn't the 3 girls that I chatted with today. And fellas, I mean, if you're watching this, if you've done this, just heed the warning. Even if you're not texting and you're doing it in the back door through social media, which is a whole different ball game. Like, I got 51. Hey, how you doing, beautiful? Hey, what's good? Hey, what are you up to? And Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else. It's like, what's the end here? What are you doing? Like, is this doing anything for you? Because it's doing nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. So, there you have it. 4 ways that you are turning women off and you probably don't even know it. You need to stop. You want to get to know a woman, not a girl, or someone who's immature, or someone who welcomes that texting, all of that texting and the messages and send me a pic and the hood lingo and all of that is not the way to go. But, you know, on the other hand, play devil's advocate here, there are some women who are totally okay with texting. And you want to know how you know that? Ask them. I tell men that I meet straight up, hey, you know what? What are you? Are you a phone? Do you talk on the phone, or are you a texter? I'm a little bit of both, depending on it. And if they tell me what they are, I'll tell them what I'm not, and we'll kind of go from there. And I hope they heed what I'm telling them that pretty much turns me off. So does that make sense? I hope this was more of a PSA and not really a rant, and I hope it helps someone. And I'm going to go ahead and make this public so you can share it if you need to. But I think this is something that all of the men out there dating need to know. So that's all, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye. Told you, sissy, I was going to come on here and do a video. I told you. It's in my heart.